Good morning students. I hope you are all doing good. Let us see what we are going to discuss in today's class. Good morning ma. In previous class we have seen what about the types of salts and if they undergo hydrolysis which type of solutions we will get, and what about the formula related to that, also everything we have seen clearly. In today's class we will start with our next slide heading, buffer solutions. These buffer solutions have large number of applications in our day-to-day life also. Okay, first, what is meant by buffer solution? The solution whose pH is not affected even little amount of acid or base is added is called buffer solution. What is that? The solution whose pH is not affected. Generally, if you take one solution, anything, if you take water, for that water, if you add H plus ions from outside, definitely its pH is going to be affected. Is it correct or not? Like that, for that water, if you add OH minus ions from outside, its pH is going to be affected. But this type of solutions in which even though if we add slight amount of H plus ions or OH minus ions from outside, their pH will not be affected. That type of solutions are called buffer solutions. Once again, the definition: the solution whose pH is not affected, even little amount of acid or base is added, is called buffer solution. Okay. For example, let us consider CH3COONH4 plus water. This is called ammonium acetate. Ammonium acetate is the salt which is obtained from weak acid and weak base. Ammonium acetate is the salt which is obtained from weak acid and weak base. That means the ions present in ammonium acetate both are strong. CH3COO minus is strong and NH4 plus is also strong. So when we have prepared a solution with ammonium acetate, when we are preparing a solution is nothing but we are adding that ammonium acetate to water. You will get CH3COO minus ions and NH4 plus. They will abstract OH minus ions and H plus ions from water, in which you will get CH3COOH plus NH4OH. So the solution of ammonium acetate contains CH3COOH and NH4OH. The solution of ammonium acetate contains CH3COOH and NH4OH. For this solution, if you add H plus ions, those H plus ions from outside, okay, just 1 second ma. The CH3COOH plus NH4OH, for this if you add H plus ions, it will be abstracted by CH3CO minus ions. This is weak acid only. So in solution form we have CH3CO minus some free ions. With that it will react to to form CH3COOH. Some free CH3COO minus ions will react with H plus to form CH3COOH. So how many H plus ions we are adding? That many H plus ions are combined with CH3COO minus to form acid. So H plus ions are going to be removed. So no change in pH. Like that, for this solution, if you add OH minus ions, those OH minus ions are going to be reacted with some free NH4 plus ions to form NH4OH. Immediately that free OH minus ions are going to be removed by NH4 plus. So when we add small amount of H plus and small amount of OH minus ion, they are going to be removed in the form of CH3COOH and NH4OH again. That's why there is no change in pH, even though if you add slight amount of acid or base from outside. Here the solution, ammonium acetate solution, is called neutral buffer. Same like that, another two types of buffer solutions are there. Those are acidic buffer and basic buffer. Now we will see first acidic buffer. What is meant by acidic buffer? Acidic buffer solution contains weak acid plus it's a salt with strong base. Acidic buffer solution contains weak acid. Remember, acidic buffer, weak acid. Like that, basic buffer, weak base. Starts with weak acid plus it's a salt with strong base. For example, weak acid example, CH3COOH. It's a salt with strong base is nothing but CH3COONA. That means CH3COOH and CH3COONA mixture with water will be called as acidic buffer solution. CH3COOH plus CH3COONA, this mixture with water is called acidic buffer solution. Are you getting my point? One more time. Acidic buffer solution starts with weak acid plus it's a salt with strong base. Weak acid example CH3COOH, it's a salt with strong base is CH3COONA. Okay, these two mixture with water will form acidic buffer solution. Next, basic buffer solution. Basic buffer solution starts with weak base. Plus it's a salt with strong acid. Weak base plus it's strong with strong acid. Weak base example NH4OH. It's a salt with strong acid NH4Cl. Mixture of this NH4OH and NH4Cl with water will be forming a basic buffer solution. Is it okay? This is about classification. Two types of buffer solutions generally we will discuss. This is, for example, I told neutral buffer. Mainly we are concentrating on acidic buffer solution and basic buffer solution. Acidic buffer solution contains weak acid plus its salt with strong base. Example, CH3COOH plus CH3COONA. Next, basic buffer solution is nothing but weak base plus its salt with strong acid. Now, action of acidic buffer. What is meant by action of acidic buffer? We told that even little amount of H plus ion or OH minus ion is added from outside, this pH of acidic buffer or basic buffer should not be changed. In that, we are seeing first action of acidic buffer. Is it okay? We added slightly H plus ions from outside. Then acidic buffer contains CH3COOH and CH3COONA. The CH3COO minus is obtained from weak acid. When it is obtained from weak acid, this is strong conjugate base. So the CH3COO minus ions present in this solution will abstract protons easily because we are adding H plus ions from outside. Correct, ma? When we are adding H plus ions from outside, that only when we add H plus ions or OH minus. First I took example, we add slightly H plus ions from outside. Then CH3COO minus ions present in the solution will react with that H plus to form CH3COOH. Immediately H plus ions are removed in the form of CH3COOH. If H plus ions, whatever we added, they are reacted to form CH3COOH, no change in pH we will observe. If H plus ions are there, then only we will see change in pH. But here, whatever we are adding that H plus ions, they are going to react with CH3COO minus to form CH3COOH undissociated. That's why there is no increase or decrease in pH. Next, here we added H plus ions in the same way when we add OH minus ions from outside to acidic buffer. We added slightly OH minus ions from outside. When OH minus ions are added, undissociated CH3COOH is there na? In this acidic buffer, we have undissociated CH3COOH. We added slightly OH minus ions, slight OH minus ions from outside. When we add slightly more number of OH minus ions from outside, in acidic buffer, we have undissociated CH3COOH. Is it correct? This undissociated CH3COOH will react with OH minus ion to form CH3COO minus plus H2O. CH3COO minus plus H2O. So whatever the OH minus ions we are adding from outside, it will react with CH3COOH to form acetate ion plus water. It is going to be removed or not. So net result, we are not getting any H plus ions or OH minus ions, even though when we add H plus ions from outside or OH minus ions from outside, there is no pH change. There is no pH change, There is no pH change, it is not correct. There is no change in pH. That type of solutions are called buffer solutions. See, whatever the H plus ions are added, they are removed in the form of CH3COOH. Whatever the OH minus ions are added, they are removed in the form of water. That's why there is no change in pH, even though if you add less number of, that means slightly H plus ions and OH minus ions from from outside. This is about acidic buffer. In the same way, we will see action of basic buffer. Coming to action of basic buffer, first we are adding OH minus ions, H plus ions from outside. These H plus ions react with undissociated ammonium hydroxide. H plus ions react with undissociated NH4OH. So NH4OH reacts with H plus ions to form NH4 plus plus OH minus. NH4 plus plus OH minus. Whatever the H plus ions we are adding from outside, they are removed in the form of water. Whatever the H plus ions we are adding from outside, they are removed in the form of water and NH4 plus. There is no change in pH, even though if you add less number of H plus ions from outside. Next, when we add OH minus ions from outside, then dissociate. NH4 plus ions are there, na? NH4 plus ions, they will react now. NH4 plus is strong because they are obtained from weak base. So this is strong acid. Reacts with OH minus ion to form NH4OH. OH minus ions are removed in this way. H plus ions are removed in this way. That's why even though slight addition of H plus ions or OH minus ions from outside to basic buffer, there is no change in pH. This is the action of acidic buffer and basic buffer solution. Now we need to see what about the useful formula to do the problems related to buffer solutions. Let us keep side heading acidic buffer. Acidic buffer is represented as HA undergoes dissociation to form H plus ions and A minus ions. We are taking weak acid only for acidic buffer, so I am taking it as HA. A means anion, H plus ion. HA gives rise to is in equilibrium with H plus and A minus ion. For this apply Ka. As it is acid, we are applying Ka. Ka is equal to concentration of H plus into concentration of A minus divided by concentration of HA. Right side, that concentration of H plus I am keeping like that only. So concentration of H plus is equal to Ka into concentration of HA divided by concentration of A minus. Ka into concentration of HA divided by concentration of A minus. Applying negative logarithm on both sides. Minus log H plus is equal to minus log Ka into concentration of HA divided by concentration of A minus. It is in the form of A into B. As we know, minus log H plus is called pH. pH is equal to minus log Ka minus log concentration of HA divided by concentration of A minus. Minus I multiplied, logarithm of A into B, I am writing it as log A plus log B. Keep minus like this. Log A into B is equal to log A plus log B. Now I am multiplying this minus inside, then it will become minus log Ka minus log HA by concentration of A minus. Once again I am writing this one pH is equal to minus log Ka minus log concentration of HA divided by A minus. pH is equal to negative logarithm of Ka is called pKa. This minus I am bringing here, it will become plus only. I am bringing this minus here, then it will become log inside concentration of HA divided by A minus. Next, pH is equal to pKa plus this minus, if you apply inside reciprocal you will get, or we will write 1 by, this is minus 1 in a power 10 power minus 1 means we can write it as 1 by 10, like that. This whole power minus 1 is 1 by concentration of HA by A minus, then A minus will come above, so it will become logarithm of concentration of A minus divided by concentration of HA. pH is equal to pKa plus logarithm of concentration of A minus is nothing but concentration of salt, both are same only, divided by concentration of HA is nothing but concentration of acid. This is the formula related to acidic buffer. This is the formula related to acidic buffer. Acidic buffer means pH is equal to pKa. It is related to acid plus log concentration of salt by acid. Is a very useful formula, important in doing the problems. Next, for basic buffer, I am going to keep heading basic buffer. Basic buffer we can write commonly as BOH is in equilibrium with B plus plus OH minus. BOH is in equilibrium with B plus and OH minus. For this apply Kb. Kb is equal to concentration of B plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of BOH. Concentration of B plus into concentration of OH minus divided by concentration of BOH. Now I am keeping right side OH minus ion concentration and remaining I am sending that side. Concentration of OH minus ion is equal to Kb into concentration of BOH divided by concentration of B plus. Apply negative logarithm on both sides. You will get minus logarithm of OH minus ion is equal to minus log Kb minus log concentration of BOH divided by concentration of B plus. In the same way previously how did we write? Like that only. Minus log OH minus ion is called POH. Minus log OH minus ion is called POH. Minus log Kb is called PKb. You can write plus. This minus I am sending here, it will become here plus only and it will become reciprocal. Log concentration of B plus divided by BOH. In the same way how did we do for salt acidic buffer? Like that here also I wrote B plus by BOH. Finally POH is equal to PKb plus B plus means concentration of salt divided by concentration of base. This is POH only. If you find this POH do one thing. While they are giving the formula related means problems related to basic buffer, first find POH only. After finding that POH, if they ask pH then you will get pH is equal to 14 minus POH. Better to remember this formula only, but they will ask definitely pH only. They will give all these values and they will ask pH. Then first to find POH only by using this formula. After that Substitute in this formula pH is equal to 14 minus POH, you will get pH value. No need to remember again completely pH value for this one. pH is equal to 14 minus this total value, no need. First find this value, that value should be subtracted from 14, you will get pH. As we know already pH plus POH is equal to 14. Observe, it is acidic buffer, pH, pKa plus log concentration of salt by acid. If it is basic buffer, POH, pKb plus log concentration of salt by base. Easy to remember. For basic buffer, if they ask pH, this formula you can substitute and you can do that value. pH is equal to 14 minus POH. Is it okay? This is the information about acidic buffer and basic buffer. And finally, one formula is there related to buffer solutions. That one we will see now. Before that, I hope you are clear, In today's class, we have started with what is meant by buffer solutions. Different types of buffer solutions we have seen, and action of those buffer solutions also we have seen. Finally, formula. These formula are very important. This is for acidic buffer, pH. This is for basic buffer, POH. For basic buffer, pH is equal to 14 minus POH. Next, buffer capacity. Is represented by pi. Pi is equal to number of moles of H plus ions or OH minus ions added to 1 liter of buffer solution divided by change in pH. That is called buffer capacity. Number of moles of H plus ions or OH minus ions added to 1 liter of buffer solution divided by change in pH. A good buffer contains high buffer capacity, meaning for a good buffer, if you want to change in pH, more number of moles of H plus ions or OH minus ions must be added to 1 liter of buffer solution. Less number of H plus ions or less number of OH minus ions are added to any buffer, generally its pH value will not be changed. Here, extra, more than slightly, if we add extra amount of H plus ions or OH minus ions, then there is a change in pH for buffer solution also. Already we told in the definition itself, observe carefully. The solution whose pH is not affected, even little amount of acid or base is added to that buffer solution, that solution is called buffer. Not very large amount. Are you understanding? Now, what is meant by buffer capacity? Number of moles of H plus ions or OH minus ions added to 1 liter of buffer solution divided by change in pH. If more number of H plus ions and OH minus ions are required to change the pH for a buffer solution, that is called good buffer. So, a good buffer contains high buffer capacity. A good buffer contains high buffer capacity. Remember this formula. Pi is equal to number of moles of H plus ions or OH minus ions added to 1 liter of buffer solution divided by change in pH. Applications of buffer solution. Buffer solutions are widely used in enzyme catalyzed reactions to control the pH of fluids. They play an important role in biochemical reactions. Dihydrogen phosphate buffer is present in the body fluids. Buffer solutions are used in industrial synthetic process and chemical analysis. Buffer solutions are used in softening of hard water. These are all used to control the pH. Blood is an example of bicarbonate buffer solution. Many fruit juices are also example of buffer solutions. That's why even if you drink acidic type of solution or basic type of solution, our blood pH is not going to be affected. Is it okay, ma? Blood is an example of bicarbonate buffer solution. This is the thing about buffer solutions. I hope you are clear. Next, finally, we are remained with one small concept that is called sparingly soluble salts. There are three types of salts depending on solubility of that salt in water. See, first type, soluble. Soluble salt greater than 0.1 molar solution. They can be soluble easily. Second one, their solubility is greater than 0.1 molar solution. Slightly soluble. This is with respect to water only, 0.01 molar is less than, solubility it's less than 0.1 molar, means its solubility is lying between 0.01 molar and 0.1 molar. That is called slightly soluble salt. Third one, sparingly soluble salt. Sparingly soluble salt solubility is less than 0.01 molar. So depending on the solubility of the salt, there are three types of salts. Soluble salt, slightly soluble salt, sparingly soluble salt. Okay, previously we have seen those salts are coming under soluble salt and slightly soluble. Now we are going to see sparingly soluble salts. Is it okay? Example, AgCl. This is very slightly soluble. Generally in water it will form precipitate only. So AgCl, when it is added to water, we will get Ag plus ions and Cl minus ions, very less number, because it is less soluble in water. Sparingly soluble means already we told. AgCl is example for sparingly soluble salt. If AgCl is added to water, we will get very less number of Ag plus ions and Cl minus. If they are dissociated completely, then it is good soluble salt. That is only soluble salt, S greater than 0.1 molar. Is it clear? Now apply plus water also we can write, or directly AgCl gives rise to Ag plus and Cl minus. If you write water here, I am applying Kc. Otherwise here directly KSP. What is that? KSP. Constant for solubility. That means solubility product of water, where KSP is equal to solubility product of water is equal to concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl minus divided by concentration of AgCl. Solid. Generally for solids and liquids, concentration we will take unity. So finally we can write KSP is equal to concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl minus, where KSP is equal to solubility product of water. Let solubility of Ag plus is equal to S, and solubility of Cl minus is also S, where S is equal to solubility only. KSP is equal to solubility product of water, S is equal to solubility. This implies this formula can be written as KSP is equal to S into S is equal to S square. For this type of salts, KSP is equal to S square. Now the important formula related to solubility product we will come to know. Observe here carefully. Up to this, note down carefully, ma. Let us take one example. MgCl2. MgCl2 undergoes dissociation to form Mg plus 2 plus 2Cl minus. For this, KSP is equal to, don't write concentration of Mg plus 2 into concentration of Cl minus power 2. Like that we will write. Correct? But instead of writing like this, do one thing. Directly in terms of S I am writing, ma. KSP is equal to, what is the coefficient of Mg plus 2? 1. So 1s power 1 into, what is the coefficient of Cl minus 2? So it will become 2s power 2. What is the coefficient we are writing? That one 2s power 2. Here 1s power 1 is equal to s power 1 into 4s square is equal to 4s cube. One more example. Na2SO4. You will get 2Na plus SO4 minus 2. KSP is equal to, what is the coefficient here? 2. So 2s power 2 into 1s power 1. 4s square into s is equal to 4s cube. So the formula of type AB2 or A2B, this type of salts AB2 or A2B, you will get same formula. KSP is equal to 4s cube. Is it okay? Next, Al2SO4 thrice I am writing is in equilibrium with 2Al plus 3 plus 3SO4 minus 2. 2Al plus 3 plus 3SO4 minus 2. For this, apply KSP is equal to, what is the coefficient here? 2. 2s power 2 into, what is the coefficient here? 3. 3s power 3. Remember this one only. They have given in terms of x and y, ma. It will be creating confusion. Please, remaining all the formula keep aside. You can remember this one alone. What is the coefficient? 2s power 2. What is the coefficient? 3. 3s power 3 is equal to, you can multiply 4s square into 27s cube. 27 4s 108 s power 5. For this type A2B3. For A2B3 you will get 108 s power 5. Even A3B2 also you will get KSP is equal to 108 into s power 5. into s power 5. For the formula type AB, you will get s square. For the formula type AB2 or A2B, you will get 4s cube. That one only I told here, 4s cube, 4s cube. For the formula type AB3 or A3B, you will get 27s power 4. whatever it is. Here they took AlOH thrice. Let us consider final example AlOH thrice. AlOH thrice is in equilibrium with Al plus 3 and 3 OH minus ions. Then Ksp is equal to, here one coefficient is there, 1s power 1 into 3s power 3. S power 1 into 27s cube, 27s power 4. See, that one only they wrote. AB3 of type 27s power 4. Okay, solubility products they gave in tabular column. This is for reference purpose only, but majorly this is the formula. Till now whatever I said, those are the formula which are highly useful. Regarding this formula we have problems also, so take care of this one. This is only solubility product, Ksp, and S is nothing but solubility. S is nothing but solubility. Is it okay? And now finally we are going to see common ion effect. Let us consider AgCl undergoes dissociation to form Ag plus and Cl minus ions. For this solution, I added Cl minus from outside. For this solution, I added Cl minus from outside. Cl minus ions are already present in liquid. Already we added Cl minus. Concentration of Cl minus increases. When concentration of Cl minus increases, according to Le Chatelier's principle, backward reaction is dominating. Then precipitation of AgCl is happened. This is only simple. This is called common ion effect. Okay, because of this common ion effect, concentration of that common ion increases and backward reaction is taken place. We will get precipitate of AgCl. For this, even if you add Ag plus also, because of common ion, reverse reaction is backward reaction is highly feasible, and we will get precipitate. So depending on this, some types of salts we can make crystallization. If you know, NaCl dissolved in water contains Na plus ions and Cl minus ions. We want to get precipitate of NaCl, then we can add from outside Na plus ions or Cl minus ions. Both we should not add. Any one ion we can take, and commonly we can add from outside Cl minus. Then concentration of Cl minus increases and backward reaction is possible. Because of that, NaCl is getting precipitated. Precipitation of this salt because of this common ion is called common ion effect. Okay, that is depending on Le Chatelier's principle, we can say. That is simple one only. This is final topic present in our equilibrium chapter. By this successfully we completed equilibrium chapter. All the concepts were covered. Formulae separately you can write in one sheet and make use of that one and start doing the problems. Definitely you will feel easy only. According to acid and base, actually so many formulae will be there in ionic equilibrium, but no need to get confused. In a easy way, how to remember every concept wise I told. Okay, make a list and remember them carefully. This is about today's class. In today's class we have seen what about buffer solutions, action of buffer, the solubility of salts, sparingly soluble salts, everything we have seen. By this, equilibrium chapter is completed. Okay ma? In next class we will start with new chapter. Meanwhile, start doing the problems of this chapter and you will feel easy definitely. Make practice of that one. Thank you all. Have a nice day.